Talking about Di Matteo, today, Tancredi, Di Matteo has been defending himself against allegations that he stabbed AVB in the back. Now, there's an action of taking a knife and sticking it between somebody's ribs, and there's an action of watching somebody else approaching with the knife and doing nothing about it. I think Roberto Di Matteo has been accused of the second. However, I would say this. I would say if Roberto Di Matteo did actually wield the knife to get rid of AVB, he's done Chelsea a big favour.
Well, the thing is that he was the manager assistant, not the centurion, not the bodyguard. You can't pretend that he could go over his duties and be Superman and try to put together everyone at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, if AVB did so many mistakes until the point that practically, as it seems, as it's rumoured, all the roster hated him.
Yeah.
So what Di Matteo could make for that, he could give him some good suggestions, but that was the border. If now the squad is behaving so different, not only as results, maybe it's because even in spite of the good behaviour of Di Matteo, AVB went on his way.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Perry, Roberto Di Matteo, he's not very popular with the players either. That doesn't matter. He's now got it in vogue. He's now got a synchronicity which wasn't there before. If you were a player and you saw Di Matteo moving against AVB, wouldn't you be saying to yourself, yeah, we could do with a bit of this because AVB is so hopeless, we can't respond to it?
The one person that you have to ingratiate yourself with at Chelsea is Abramovich. He's the one who calls
all the shots.
in
the dressing room, John Terry, maybe.
But on the football side, Abramovich is the most powerful person.
We ask you here on this show, Sports Night Live, to get up on the Skype wall and talk to us, please, because you, the fans, are the most important element of the show. Delighted to say Greg has taken up that challenge on the Skype wall now. Greg, good evening to you, pal.
Good evening.
Greg, let me put this to you. If Roberto Di Matteo stood there and watched AVB sink into the quicksand, knowing he would take over afterwards, was that a good thing for Chelsea?
Well, obviously it has been in the last four games, but I think he's just taking advantage of the situation. I don't think he's intended to obviously take over eventually. I think he was obviously ambitious and he wanted to be a manager himself. And I think he was going to leave at the end of the season anyway to obviously pursue that in his career. And obviously he talked before about him not being his own man and stuff there. So I think I'm not too sure if they didn't not get on, but Di Matteo, I think it's always had that ambition to obviously be a first-team manager.
Greg, let me ask you this. Do you think that Roberto Di Matteo should be a credible candidate for the job now that he's clearly introduced a new spirit into the club, including rescuing a £50 million striker from oblivion?
It's a bit early to say, obviously, with just 4 games gone, but he's making a good case for himself. And I think I think the odds and stuff, he's gone from, I don't know, 20-1 to 3-1 in the last few games. If he can get us into the 4th place, if he can win us the cup and do as much as we can in the Champions League, he's made a perfect case for himself. But it's just whether is it a right to gamble straight away after the Villas-Boas gamble didn't work? But then again, you look at Barcelona, they had Guardiola, he didn't have any experience. Maybe we look for our own version of him.
And this is another point I want to put to you, Greg, and I want to put it to Perry, and I want to put it to Tancredi. I believe the biggest difference between Roberto Di Matteo and AVB is the coat they wear. Because I'm absolutely serious. The Crombie overcoat that Roberto Di Matteo wears, he looks dignified, he looks suave, he looks elegant.
Do you know what?
The players look up to him.
Looks like Frank Spencer.
No,
he
no. Do you know he looked like to me? He looked like Humphrey Bogart. He puts the mac on, he walks up and down, he's hopping around on his haunches like a frog, and I just don't think the players have any respect for him.
Just because of this.
Excuse me?
Just because of this. Just
because of the coat. I'm telling you.
So see, Italian style saving the football.
That's I'm telling you.
So you got to
I'm telling you, there's a style about the way the Italians carry themselves. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.